AI in teaching and research is very pivotal for educators and researchers alike. These programs empower participants to leverage AI-driven tools for creating interactive and personalized learning experiences. These faculty development programs are enhancing the skill sets of every educator, and they play a crucial role in shaping the future of education and research. I welcome you all. Now I would request our director sir, Dr. Ravish Sagar, to speak few lines and welcome our esteemed guests. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Sonia ma'am. Uh, Sonia ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Okay.
audible.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I, Dr. Ravish Sagar, Director of Banarsidas Chandiwala Institute of Information Technology, thrilled to welcome you all to our 5-day online faculty development program on the application of generative AI in technology and research. It's an honor to address the gathering of esteemed faculty and students. Firstly, I would like to extend a warm welcome to each one of you joining us from various parts of the country. Your presence here is a testament to your commitment to learning and growth. This FDP is a significant step forward in our journey to embrace the transformative power of generative AI. Over the next 5 days, we will explore the exciting possibility and applications of this technology, exploring its potential to revolutionize research and innovation. Our expert speakers will guide you through engaging sessions, hands-on workshops, and throughout provoking discussions. You will have the opportunity to learn from their experience, share your insights, and network with fellow participants. As we embark on this intellectual advantage together, I encourage you to be curious, ask questions, and embrace the spirit of collaboration. Let us harness the collective wisdom of in this room to push the boundaries of what is possible. Once again, thank you for joining us. I wish you all a enriching and enlightening experience over the next 5 days. Let us begin the exciting journey together. Thank you. Welcome, Vandana ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your words. The first session of the day would be on fundamentals of generative AI and in education. The session would be taken by Dr. Vandana Sharma. I welcome you, ma'am, over here. She is working as an associate professor at Christ University, Delhi, NCR. She has served in top universities in India and she has a vast experience of 15 plus years, and she's a senior member of IEEE, a member of the Women in Engineering Society and member of IEEE Consumer Technology Society. She's a keen researcher. She has published 115 plus research papers in SCI and Scopus Index international journals and conferences. A very esteemed keynote speaker, session chair, reviewer, technical program committee members, and many more to add to her profile. She is a postdoctoral fellowship at Lincoln University College, Malaysia, and been associated with Beni Suef University, Egypt, and at Perdana University, Malaysia as an honorary adjunct professor. I welcome you, ma'am, here. We all extend A warm welcome to you here. Over to
Thank you
you,
so
ma'am.
much. Thank you so much. I am really glad and overwhelmed by having this invitation. And I have a very long association with Banarsidas Chandiwala Institute of Information Technology. And actually, I owe so much. I actually owe so much to this institution because I have learned so much. And whatever I am, the crucial major role of, I can say, Banarsidas Chandiwala Institute of Information Technology has played a crucial role in my life. And thank you to Professor Dr. Ravi Sagar for inviting me, giving me this opportunity once again. And I'm glad to be part of this FTP. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, shall I start with the session?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, okay. I'll just share my screen. Please let me know if the screen is visible to everyone.
It is not visible as yet.
Okay. Let us wait for few more minutes. Is it visible?
Sure, ma'am.
Is it now?
Not as yet, ma'am.
Can you please check with the settings? Am I allowed to share my screen?
Yes, ma'am. You are allowed to share your screen.
Okay, but I think there is some challenge here. The moment I'm trying to share my screen, it is not allowing me to do so.
I'll just check out, ma'am. Give me 1 minute.
Sure. Or I can mail you my PPTs. You can do the sharing from your end.
Yeah, sure. Ma'am, once check it again if you are able to share.
Okay. Yeah. No, it is not allowing me to share. I'm sharing my PPTs
Okay.
with you.
So
Shall I
just
share
share.
it on
Yes, ma'am. Just share it.
everything email ID?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Just share on FTP.
Okay. Yes, I have sent my PPTs to you. You can start sharing your screen.
Okay, sure, ma'am.
But sharing screen is crucial because I was about to show you the hands-on.
Ma'am, you are being the part. You are being the presenter. We have created you as a presenter itself. We are just checking out the permissions once again.
Can you see it now? No,
Ma'am, what is it showing?
it's not sharing.
It is not
It's
allowing
not
you to share.
happening.
Okay.
Yes. I think now I can share.
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible now.
Now my screen is visible, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's visible.
1 minute. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible
Oh,
now.
perfect, perfect. Sorry for this little disruption in the session, and it happens like whenever we are starting with something new, it happens. So excuse us for that. And today I'm going to talk about generative AI. And before introducing you people to generative AI, I want to set a disclaimer here. So the disclaimer here is that you can use generative AI to do a mundane task. Say, for example, you're part of a very big project. You are handling an event, or maybe you are part of a big organization where you have to float certain emails, or maybe you have to respond to certain emails which are huge in number. Or maybe you are going to present something, some ideas of yours to your superiors, or maybe to your colleagues. So for that kind of task, that kind of mundane task, you can use generative AI. And also, even if we, not for the research purpose, again, I want to set this disclaimer here, not for the research purpose, you should not use generative AI because generative AI is still in evolving stage and it is going to take certain time, certain, I can say, years to come up with the appropriate answers, the exact answers that we want. So it is still growing, it is still evolving, and we have to use it for our mundane task and not to start doing research based on this. So this is one disclaimer. The second disclaimer that I want to put up here is you can use generative AI, but then even if you are not favor of, because there are two I can say sections of the society who says that okay, generative AI should be used and generative AI should not be used. So try to understand that even if you're part of pro or cons, or even if you want to use or if you do not want to use, try to understand that as an educator, our students are already using it. So it is important for us to understand that how it works. So even if we are going to use it, or even if we are not going to use it, we have to understand it's working, and we have to see that what kind of submissions and what kind of responses we are getting from our students. We need to understand that whether they are generated from AI or whether they are done by our students on their own. So we must project and we must promote the originality, the creativity, still, even if we are in the world of AI tools. So these are two things I wanted to say before beginning my session. So I am Dr. Vandana Sharma, and I am editor of many technical books, working with many renowned publishers, working with the set of people and set of students, collaborators, colleagues, and we are working a lot. And we are a group of, like you can say, a big network where we are working in all domains. So also I have filed few patents and copyrights, and currently my area of interest is Internet of Things, AI, and blockchain. So this is me, and this is from where I come from. So right now I'm associated with Christ University, Delhi NCR campus. It's in Ghaziabad. So we are here somewhere. So we are very much near to, I can say we are very much near to the Delhi, and we are associated here. Now, before starting with generative AI, also I would like to take this opportunity to share for certain call for research contributions. So I'll take this platform as an opportunity and will ask for the research contributions if you are interested. So this is one special session we are calling for the transforming the capabilities of unmanned systems with artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. And the proceeding of this conference will be in Springer, LNCS series. And this conference is scheduled in the month of October, and the venue is Prague, Czech Republic, Europe. Another call for papers we have, it is recent trends in transdisciplinary applications of generative AI. And this is also part of Springer Conference, International Conference by Springer. The proceedings will be published by Scopus Indexed Springer volume. And the topics you can see that what all societal and economic effects of generative AI can be.
उस दिन तो ये था कि सिर्फ स्पेशलाइजेशन से तो हटा ही दो, सीएससी से कह रहे थे रखे रहने दो, ये हटाना है जो भी है। तो मैं तो कहता हूँ उससे भी हटा दो, क्यों इतनी सिरगर्दियां पाली हुई है। या फिर सेकंड सेमेस्टर में डिसाइड हुआ था, कल हम लोगों ने मीट।
Okay, so this also happens in an online session. Okay, so recent trends in transdisciplinary applications of generative AI. So from generative AI, these are the recommended topics like what will be the societal effect of generative AI, what will be the economic effect of generative AI, how image generation is done by generative AI. So the models, what all generative LLM models are present, and building a generative AI in spatial and temporal space, framework for predicting the novelty of large language models implementation, their theoretical practices, use of generative AI in education. I request all to please switch off or mute themselves. Yes, Manoj, thank you so much. Thank you. So coming back to my presentation, so here we are talking about recent trends in transdisciplinary applications of generative AI. So we have these calls available. If you wish to work in generative AI, you wish to make your students work in generative AI. So these are some of the probable topics. And we have date last, like from August 30th, you can apply, you can submit your research papers. Another call for papers, these are some books which I'm editing right now. Some of them are very interesting topics. So if you wish to part of this, you can contribute, like automated machine learning for industry 4.0, electric vehicles, technological advancements and new trends. This is going to be published by CRC, Taylor and Francis. And this one is by Springer Nature. Then another call for book chapters, you can see intelligent manufacturing challenges, applications and future trends. And Taylor and Francis call for chapters, handbook of AI based on mechatronic systems and smart solutions in industrial automation. So these are certain call for books, you can see book chapters where you can contribute, you can start contributing as a faculty, or even if you are a student, master students or bachelor students, you can start contributing as per your area of interest. Where you come across with various domains, you start writing, you start reading about them, and you start collecting and reframing your thought process related to that technology. So another topic which I'm working on right now is AI for next generation smart wearable systems, then human-centric AI-enabled data analytics innovations. So this is going to be published by IEEE River Publishers. This is going to be by Wiley. Another two books again, one is on metaverse for sustainable production. Another is on graph convolution neural networks for computer vision. So these are going to be published by Wiley. So these all are very renowned publishers, and sharing it with the already shared with the Sonia ma'am, so that can be circulated among the participants. Now, coming back to the topic, fundamentals of generative AI in education. So as I told you that there are two things. One, that even if we are in for generative AI or whether we are against generative AI, we have to have the knowledge of generative AI because our students are already using it. So because our students are already using it, we also need to know better than them, right? So here, what is the main functioning, the main backbone of a generative AI? If you really, there are so many tools available, plenty of tools, more than 100, which are already available for generating images, for generating content, for generating videos, for generating text which is like human like in images and videos. So we have to understand that how to make use of them. So the most primary way of using generative AI is prompting an AI. So prompting an AI is the most crucial task, the most important task. So even if there are plenty of tools available, even if they are there at our disposal, but if we do not know how to prompt them, then it is going to be of no use to us. So prompting. So this was the first part of my talk where I'm going to talk about how to actually prompt an AI. And also, even if you are a student and if you want to build your career in next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you need to know how to prompt an AI. Even prompt engineering is one of the, I can say, one of the new job profile, new job role that we are seeing in industry. And there's a well-paid job, how to prompt. So we already are aware that ChatGPT, some of the platforms, so ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Claude. So these are all available. You can use as per your wish. But then, if you really want to use them, the prompting is very important. So how to prompt? This is one thing. So prompting will help you. I'll show you. Say for example, we have Chat GPT or we have Gemini. This Gemini, can you see my screen? This one also? Please confirm. I have opened a browser with Gemini. Can you see
Yes, ma'am.
that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for confirming. So here you can see that we have a platform here, browser based. We have this generative AI platform, Gemini. So the moment I open, it says, "Hello, Dr. Vandana. How can I help you today?" So how can I help you today? I have something in my mind. What I want to know, say for example, this FDP, I want to give a very suitable title for this FDP. So what I will say, I'll say suggest me a title for FDP. I'm using my own acronym. I don't know whether the Gemini knows it or not, what is FDP. So I'm saying, okay, suggest me a title for FDP on generative AI. I'm just shooting a question here. So let us see what kind of output we are getting. So we are getting certain few titles where I'm saying, okay, unveiling the power of Gen AI, faculty development program, deep dive into Gen AI models and techniques, then leveraging Gen AI for innovation, hands-on approach. These are some of the titles given by Gemini. Now the problem here is, if you see this kind of an output, the problem here is that the context is missing. Here the context is missing, because what I was thinking in my mind when I started with the idea of FDP, it was for only for education. It was only for maybe faculties who are there today teaching postgraduate or graduate students. So I wanted to talk about only the tools maybe, or the platforms which can help faculties understand that how the generative AI tools can be used. Are you understanding here? So here, if you look at the first one, we do not want anything to be of like future directions. This is something of type research. Another is they are talking about AI models and technique. Again, we are not interested in doing that AI modeling and technique. Hands-on approach, yes, hands-on approach for innovation. This can be something which is related. But if you see that what I wanted for the FDP and what is being suggested here is completely, there is no match here. So how will I prompt? There are 4 phases of prompting. Please try to understand there are 4 phases of prompting, how to prompt these AI tools. So the first one is, you need to understand, you have to set the context right. Setting the context right means you have to give your background. What are you? So I am an FDP coordinator in a college. This will be my background. Then the second will be, what is my question? I want to come up with a very unique title for my FDP on generative AI for education. And then I will also tell that who is my audience. The audience for this FDP will be faculties and research students or research scholars. And then also the fourth part of this prompt will be where I'll be telling that what kind of output do I want? Do I want a document, or whether I want a presentation, whether I want an image, whether I want a video, or whether I want a multiple choice question. So whatever I want, that ways we'll have to set the context. So try understand this. We will see a few examples here how to do this. That the first one is setting the context, setting your background, who are you, then what exactly you want, for whom you want, and then what kind of output do you want. So these four things should be part of your prompting. That prompting will help these AI tools to give you the exact answers, what are you looking for. So many a times I have read few papers, some research papers where they write that there's a problem with the output of generative AI. So the problem with the output is because the problem is with the input. Because we are giving partial inputs to the machines, how will I get the correct output? So let us try again. So I say, I am a professor in a postgraduate college and willing to propose an FDP on generative AI in education. Audience, the audience will be faculties from India, and I want output in a document, or I can say so I'm saying I'm just setting the background here. I'm saying I'm a professor in a postgraduate college willing to propose a FDP on generative AI. The audience will be faculties, and I want suggestive titles. I can say I want suggestive titles and outline in a Word document. Is this clear? So the moment I click here, I'm going to get something else. I know it very well. So you can see the output. So here we have FDP proposal. Now see the change in the output. It's a FDP proposal leveraging GenAI for educational innovation. This is one title, very much related to my context. Then the introduction, briefly introduce GenAI, its potential, education in India, highlight the growing importance of integrating AI in educational policies and practices, then targeted audience, project. Now program objectives. Now you can see the program objectives. So it is equipping participants with foundational understanding of Gen AI concepts and applications, explore the diverse way Gen AI can be used to enhance teaching, learning, and assessments, foster critical thinking and discussion on the ethical implications of generative AI in education, provide hands-on experience with Gen AI tools relevant to the Indian educational context, if applicable. And now you can see the day-wise, you can see a day-wise detail of how your morning session will be, the afternoon session will be, what will be the content, are you going to discuss any case study, are you going to discuss any content, are you going to give a training on one particular platform, how you're going to assess it. So you can see this, and then you're concluding, and then you're also telling the additional information related to it. So try to understand, prompting is very important. So even if you are going to generate an image, for that matter also, the prompting is very important. So we can see a huge difference here. So now what I want from the participant is to identify one I can say one mundane task you might be struggling with today. maybe something in your mind before this FDP started and before you came here for an FDP, or maybe after this FDP you're supposed to do certain work. So that mundane task, pick that, open this platform, Gemini, and try prompting it. Now, you have 2 minutes to do that, 2 to 3 minutes to do that. Please do that. And please let me know what your experience here is. Am I clear? I want you people to please start or open Gemini on your browser. Any mundane task that you're thinking of, try prompting. Try doing a prompt where you are setting the context, you're setting who you are, you're telling for whom you want to do, you're setting it okay, what kind of output you want. Try doing that. Are you getting something different or you're getting the same set of output? Try exploring that. It will be of a huge interest, because see, after attending this session you should be in a position to draft your mails, do a Word document, any kind of reporting that you want to do, maybe this FDP reporting you want to do, who all were there, what was the session all about, maybe a small brief on that session, maybe a concluding note on the same. So these kind of things are possible with the help of Gen AI tools. I hope you would have experimented. Now I'll give you a few more tips how to do this more efficiently. So I hope my screen is visible now. Prompting Guide 101. Is this visible? Prompting Guide 101. Anyone can confirm from the audience?
It is visible.
Okay, thank you. So here you can see how we are going to prompt. I'm going to share this quick handbook with everyone, so you can see that what is needed. So whenever you're prompting, you need a persona, who you are, the task that you want to do, what is the context based on what, and what kind of formats you want, whether you want it in a bullet points, number, 3 points, 4 points, 7 pointers, these kind of things you can do. What else you should need to consider? You need to consider to use natural language. Use natural language, be very specific and iterative. Try to have a conversation. Try to have a conversation with the Gen AI where you are trying to understand that, okay, this is me and this is what I want. This is me, this is what my task is, this is what I want, and it is in this format. So these 4 things should be there. Now, another question that comes up is, what should be the length of the prompt? It should be in between 9 to 10 where you're setting these goals using natural language, specific and iterative, concise, and making it a conversation. So in general, prompting is most appropriate if you go for only 21 words. Now, from what are you going to use? You are using Gen AI tools as an assistant. They are assistant to you, your personal assistant. So how you can use it? You can use to improve your writings. You can use to organize your data. You can create your own original images. You can summarize, you can conclude, you can write introduction, you can talk about some meaningful, maybe meaningful connections you want to build up with your colleagues. You're just shooting cold mails in your networks, or maybe some topics which are on based of research, but you just want to understand that rather than copying them from these tools. You are just trying to understand that what this tool is all about. So that kind of things can be done. Also, you can synthesize information. You can identify your business operations, which can be done on a click of a prompt. So these kind of things can be done with the help of generative AI, specifically with Gemini or chatbot or Claude. These are the, now how you're going to use it. You can get a help for writing an email. So nowadays we are getting long emails from our students. So if they're applying for a simple, say 2 days leave, they're supposed to write a mail to their class teacher. So they're going to write a very huge mail stating, okay, I'm this, and I'm having this thing. And then from this date, I'm not there. So they're prompting it very well. So you also can use it, and but the mail should not go beyond, like, it shouldn't be the type of output that you're getting. It shouldn't be go beyond 2 pages. If you're writing a mail, it should be one short, precise paragraph. But then definitely, the generative AI tools can help you write a very short, precise mail if you prompt them correctly. Then you can organize your sheets. You can create your slides, your presentation. You can create beautiful images for your Google Meets, and many things can be done. Now let us take an example. There is some kind of issue raised by somebody. Say you are in a service-based company, and there is an issue raised. So if you want to write to your customers about that issue, so how you're going to use that? So say you are helping to craft an empathetic email response to your customer, and it is regarding some complaint, and you are telling them, okay, what was the complaint? So there was an order of a pair of headphones that arrived damaged, and then now there is a requirement for a replacement. And what exactly you want? You are talking about that, okay, I have to write a mail to them, but then I have to acknowledge their frustration also, and also I have to talk about, I have to give them some potential resolution. So either the money will be refunded, or the product will be replaced, or maybe both the things are going to be done. I don't know, some kind of maybe offer, something is going to be given to that customer. So if you want to draft that kind of response in a form of an email, that also will be something like this. So here you can see, this is of type what kind of email you want, whether you want a formal tone, whether you want a very professional tone, or very maybe a normal tone of maybe setting the context, like, okay, you're writing a mail to your friends, or not very formal. So that kind of things are possible here. So how you're going to write the prompt? You're going to write a prompt something like this. You can read it. So here you are talking about an email. किसके लिए लिख रहे हैं? You are writing it for customer. You are a customer representative writing for a customer complaint. What was the complaint? And then what exactly you are wanting? You want to acknowledge the frustration, and also you want to give some resolution. So this kind of thing. If we try writing an email on our own, it might take a half a day from us, because we have to think so much before writing anything to our customers. So here you can take help from your personal assistant, from generative AI. Now let us take some examples here. This is one. Say, for example, this is another. Say, drafting an email to my colleagues proposing a meeting to discuss customer experience improvement initiatives. It can be, this kind of drafting an email can be done in any organization, and requesting that marketing, sales, product stakeholders meet in the next week to get a clear sense of roles and responsibility. So these kind of things can be done with the help of generative AI. I'll show you one more example. So for example, you want to do a follow-up conversation. So you already had a meeting, already you have talked about your services, and now you want to talk about, okay, the follow-up conversation on this and this time with the customer who provided negative feedback to understand their concern, offers, include example solution. So these kind of mails can be drafted from generative AI. A thank you note, questions related to industry. So if you are, say for example, you have been invited in a panel discussion, and that panel discussion is about what are the trends of generative AI in India, how successful it is, how bad it is, at what level it is. So that kind of, if you are going to be a part of that panel discussion, you can type in your details. Okay, I'm one of the delegate, I'm one of the panelists, and then this is the theme of the program, and what all major areas are there in which we can contribute, or what are the areas, what are the pros of generative AI, what are the cons of generative AI. These kind of things you can always ask, and you can prepare your pointers. So here, for any question that you put up for generative AI, try to understand that you have to give your background. I'm emphasizing it on it so much that you have to understand that, okay, give your background first, who you are, what you want, for whom you want, and in what type you want, and what kind of information you want from this generative AI. So this is very, very important. This is something related to client. Then executives and entrepreneurs, how they are going to write, drafting a mail confirming that I'll be at a board meeting. So you received a mail from higher ups, and then you want to respond that mail. So many a times you just write, okay, noted sir, thank you, noted sir. This kind of mail do we write. But then we can also write certain pointers that we want to confirm. So drafting in email that whether we have to prepare for that meeting, or do we need to carry some extra information with us, what will be the agenda of the meeting. So that kind of things you can always ask. There is no harm in asking questions. So you can write more intuitive, more promising mails with the help of generative AI. Although you want to write, but then so many a times we refrain from writing, but then you can always ask questions. So in this document, it's only a 45 pages document, and it has got many, many use cases that how to write your responses. Say for example, streamline responses on the go. So draft an email and letting them to know that I will not be able to attend a meeting to an urgent matter, and ask them to take detailed notes to ensure team arrives at a decision on key topics, in addition to assigning ownership of the postmortem report to colleagues. So this is something, one scenario given, that if you are wanting, if you are not part of that meeting, but you want your colleagues or maybe your juniors to do certain tasks and come up with some solution. So that kind of mail can also be drafted with the help of generative AI. So here you'll see that plenty of examples are there. You can execute them as a HR, also prompting the iteration. So we'll take one more example here. I'm an HR manager. I'm developing a script for my presentation for new hires. So this is something related to us as an educator. We come across with presenting our thought process, presenting our maybe proposals to our higher ups, presenting our work to our students. So yes, we are faculties. We are trying to develop a presentation on maybe one prospective topics, and then I need to script on onboarding presentation about company's commitment to employee development and well-being. So say for example, you are doing an orientation to your students. So that time you have to talk about your organization, what are the belief systems of the organization, what all facilities are there in the organization, who all are important, I can say, a specific point of people who can be of your help. So these kind of presentations can be prepared. So you have to set the tone right, that who are you, which kind of audience you're going to address, and what kind of output do you want again. So this can be done. So here you can see the blue part is of the persona, who are you. The pink part here is of the task that you want to get it done. And then the yellow part is, okay, what exactly you want. You want a script, a presentation for the script. And then you have the format, what kind of format you want to showcase, some draft, some pointers, or maybe some paragraphs, maybe some report, whatever you want from, you can use these tools as an assistant for you. So here are plenty of examples. Now, once we have understood that how to prompt, these are some of the platforms you can use. So Gemini, Claude, Copilot, and ChatGPT. The ChatGPT is the most popular one, and Copilot, Gemini, Claude, they are also gaining popularity. So you can use any one of them as you like. So I hope till this point, is there any questions till this point? Are there any questions till this point? Anyone wants to know anything till this point?
If anyone has any questions, you can please raise your hand.
Yes, Manoj ji, boliye.
Mr. Manoj, you can put up your question.
Or if you have some trouble unmuting yourself, you can write in the chat window also.
हेलो
Hello.
मैम, ये जो हाँ यस मैम, गुड मॉर्निंग मैम.
Good morning, sir.
मैम एक्चुअली जो आपने चैट जीपीटी का टूल बताया था उसे मैंने ओपन किया था, लेकिन एग्जैक्टली सेम प्रॉम्प्ट नहीं है और उसके वो परमिशंस मांग रहा है. तो क्या ये फ्री ओपन सोर्स है या मतलब पेड है?
चैट जीपीटी तो आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं टू एन एक्सटेंट, बट ज़्यादातर ये जो टूल्स हैं दे आर पेड. जितने भी जनरेटिव एआई टूल्स आप देखेंगे, मैक्सिमम दे कम विद, दे आर लाइक फ्रीमियम. Freemium means to an extent, maybe one, two functionality you want to use and try. For that matter, it is free. But the moment you go for an advanced thing, maybe you want to develop a question paper entirely from one particular topic, and you want 20 and 30 such questions, then in that case, you have to pay for these services.
अच्छा, इसमें ऑप्शन दो आ रहे थे, जैसे जेमिनी एडवांस और जेमिनी फॉर बिजनेस और फ्रीक्वेंटली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चंस. तो मतलब ChatGPT is very quite easy to use.
Yes. So that's fine. So आप जिसमें भी comfortable है, you can use. See, I have taken names of all 4 platforms. Reason being that all of them are available. More than 100 tools of generative AI are available, and all of them have their own limitations also. Limitation in the sense that all the functionality is not available. So that is what I told you. It is based on freemium, free to an extent, and then you have to pay a premium for their services. So if it is, you can go for an organization level subscription. If it is of that use to, you can always suggest your organization to have a subscription which is on shared basis, can be used by everybody.
One more question.
Yes, sir, please.
Ma'am, can we use this AI for generating PPTs kind of one?
Yes, sir. I will show you that in the next slide.
Okay.
It is there.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, so please try to understand that why I started with the prompting thing, because prompting is most important. If you do not know how to prompt, then we can't make use of these tools. This is one thing. Second question, what sir has asked is very important, that okay, not all functionalities are freely available to us. They are available to an extent, maybe 3-4 prompts, maybe 4-5 kind of application, or 4-5 times we can use in a day. These kind of limitations are there on these tools, and they are still in the evolving stage. That is very right. Also, to an extent it is freely available, and then after for advanced services we have to pay. So this is some limitations with these generative AI tools. Now see how we can use these generative AI tools for our education. So for example, we want to ask MCQ to our students. So these are some of the venues where you can see. One of them is Questionwell. My screen is visible, please confirm.
It is visible, ma'am.
Okay, so here you can see if you want to generate an MCQ, we in general we struggle with the MCQs. We want to prepare MCQs for our placements. We want to prepare MCQs for technical questions, for aptitude, for maybe aptitude, maybe one particular, maybe say upstream, downstream, or maybe profit loss. We want to prepare certain MCQs only based on a particular topic. So if we in general, what we do as a faculty, we browse many websites, or maybe we go with the books which are available, aptitude question books, and from there we try to figure out a question with their answers and with everything. So questionwell.org is another, you can say, another generative AI tool which is available online, through which we can generate unlimited AI generated standard aligned questions in seconds for free. Now again, when they say for free, so this free has a limit. You can generate 10 questions. So there is a limit to it with the free. So let us say we try to explore. And what else can you do with this? You can export these questions to these platforms. See, Kahoot, Quiz, GameKit, Socrative, Blackboard, Microsoft Word, Google Forms, Quizlet, Booklab, Bluekit, and Moodles. So you can transfer, you can generate questions from here, and then you can transfer these questions to Google Forms, which was not there. So let us see what is there. So this is the platform. Say I want to get 10 questions. So here you can see 5 questions, 10 questions you can get, not a problem. But the moment you go for 20 questions, you have to do an upgrade. Am I right? So these all AI generative tools that you're going to use online, they come up with the premium kind of a policy. Okay, so if I want to generate 10 and it is based on MCQ, now here also you can see for short answer, fill up the blanks, all types, again you have to pay to upgrade your subscription. And then the question is about and what language it is and for what kind of readers it is. So say for example, I'm going to say it is for the graduate students and it is based on some content I want to upload. So I have a chapter. Say I have taught one chapter to my students, computer networks, basics of transmission medium I have taught. And then on that chapter, I want to float a MCQ to my student before beginning my next lecture. So how will I do that? I can do that with the help of this question. Well, generate 10 MCQs based on transmission medium, networks, and then I'm saying generate questions. So the moment I start doing this generate questions, it is going to search. I can also upload my PDF of that chapter, and then based on that PDF, it is going to generate questions. So these tools can give you an MCQ, and these MCQs, 10 MCQs with the appropriate answers. And then you can also float this MCQ to you can transfer these questions to your Google Forms. So that makes your mundane task of creating multiple MCQs for your students very easy. Are you getting my point? So here you can easily do that. So you, rather than having only one MCQ, maybe in entire semester, you can go for one MCQ each, 10 questions related to your students easily before beginning of each lecture. So maybe you want to recall, say you want to just tell your students that, okay, yesterday we have discussed transmission medium. Today I'm floating one Google form to you. Before beginning of the session, you have to answer these questions. So this is all possible. So now you can see that based on transmission medium, a generative text has been aligned here related to STPs and OT and guided medium, twisted pairs, coaxial, fiber optic, unguided. So some of the examples are written here, and now on the basis of this, you can see the questions are generated. What is the primary functions of transmission medium? Describes the impact of choosing right transmission medium. What are the two types of broad categories of transmission medium? These are basic questions, I'm sure, but then you can always make use of some of them for the introduction. The more specific you are in your prompt, so if I upload a file of my own and then I try getting the questions MCQs from there, then it is going to be more specific in nature. So now, what are the key characteristics of twisted pair cables? Which type of twisted pair cables is commonly used in Ethernet? Then disadvantage of STPs, UTPs. Then you can say, okay, coaxial cable, the definition of it, optical fiber, in what form they transmit data. So you can see that the task that you're going to do in almost half a day for preparing your MCQs, now you can do it in a click of a prompt again, and that too within hardly 1 minute. And now if you want to export this, if you wish to export this to a form, you can do that. Here is the button, export. So here I can export it to quiz, Kahoot, Canvas. Say we use Google Forms. So if I wish to select questions to be exported, select all, and I am now exporting it to Google Forms. Now it is going to create one Google form for me, including all these questions, and I can see that Google form now. Make a copy. So now you can see. So while giving this lecture, I have made this MCQ for my students, which I am going to discuss maybe in my next class. After this FDP session, I have a class at 11. So I will be using this MCQ for my students, which I've already taught them. So this is going to save your time, energy, right? And money, of course. So this is how you can use these platforms. So this is one of them. Now there's a limitation here again, maximum 10 questions you can do. Again, there's a limitation of how many questions you can generate in 1 month's time. So if you want to use these kind of platforms, definitely you have to go for subscription. But before going for any subscription, please make a very thorough check on the type of outputs that you're getting. So another one, yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. Uh, there is one query in the chat box by
Okay.
Manoj. He
Yes,
is yeah. He has put up a query that please repeat the MCQ to Google Form conversion that you have done.
okay. I'll show you. 1 minute. So we were here, right? I have done nothing. Manojji, it is very simple. I have just clicked on the buttons. 3 buttons I have clicked. The first one was the question that I want to generate. That was the first button. Then second button was select all questions. What all questions were generated here, right? There were 10 questions which were generated here, right? Now all these 10 questions I want to export. Now this was the button. Can you see it here? I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Ji. So here,
Okay.
export. Now this export, again, I have plenty of platforms where I want to take these questions. I can take it to Google Slides. I can take it to Google Forms. Now just I have to click on Google Forms. Again, it is going to create one copy for me. Okay. Now you can see all done. Your question set has been exported to Google Forms. You will be asked to make a copy of it to have it on your own Google Drive. So please remember, I have logged in with my official email account to this questionwell.com. Okay, this is one thing. My official email account, Drive Pay, that form will be that Google form. So automatically that Google form has been generated. Now here, the moment I click, I can see that Google form. Now see Google Drive related to my email ID, my official email ID. Now, would you like to make a copy of this? Yes, make a copy. I'm just clicking buttons. I'm not doing anything. Now I can see the entire Google form. Can you see this? Now, by default, all questions are mandatory. You can see that. And you can also see the correct answer is also copied. So this is the correct answer. And it is of 10 pointers. Am I right? You can change the settings here. You can add few more questions here. Is this clear? Till this point, I can make changes to this. The way we work in a Google form. So this is MCQ 1 for computer networks. That's it. I have correct questions also. I have all of them are mandatory to attempt. And simply now I can send this using a link. Copy. I can share it in my chat. You all can attempt. So here I will share it if you want just a sample. Yeah, it's here. And now I can share that. So the MCQ that I was about to work manually for entire 2-3 days time to think of a question, to think of a topic, and then align my questions, get the answer key, do everything. Now I can do that with the help of this generative AI tool with minimum of 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. So this is helpful. This is helpful to an extent, and now also try to understand, our students also understand this. So you have to come up with the topics which are very specific. You have to upload content on the basis of which you want your quizzes to be generated. You have to mix and match from various sources. So these all things we as an educator are supposed to do. Am I clear till this point? Manojji, have I answered your question?
जी मैम.
जी.
Thank you मैम.
जी, thank you so much. So अब आप दूसरा देखिए. This is Quiz Gecko. This is another platform.
Just a minute. Dr. Shabina, you also had a query. We have provided you with the mic. Can you please put up your query, Dr. Shabina? Actually, ma'am, she had put up a query that can you please explain how to upload the related PDF in questionwell.org.
Okay. So this we can do. Simply you have to, while doing this, try it out. While doing this MCQ, the question is now about wireless Ethernets. Okay, wireless Ethernets to graduate students, and now there is based on the file. Now see, there are options to upload a text file, document, a YouTube video, a website. This PDF document and your own quiz is only available if you are using their subscription, their upgraded services, right? So here I can use a YouTube link or I can use a website. Say for example, I'm searching wireless Ethernet. Now I'm searching wireless Ethernet. This is LAN wireless. Okay, this is Amazon. No. Say, what is a wireless network? Okay, it has got certain content related to Wi-Fi, differences, LAN, PAN, MAN, WAN, one diagram, components, how does it work, what are the standards. So if I want to use this content, I'm repeating again, if I want to use this content to make my MCQ, I have to copy this link, go to this website option, paste it here and save and go. So here you can see that some of the readings got cut off because it is longer than what is expected. So you can give the readings only up to 1000 words. Can you see that? So here you can use only 1000, or you can go to some YouTube videos, say for example. So there are limitations. Say this is YouTube videos, we can search on wireless Ethernets. Copy link. Now if I paste it here, search, so we got some words. So for a YouTube video, they are going to capture the captions of the YouTube video, and from there they are going to estimate the words, and from there they are going to, these are the prompts now, and now there we are going to create the questions. Now based on a video on wireless networks, now it is for graduate students, the type of questions are MCQs, and now we want to generate questions. So again we will click on generate questions. It is going to take some time to generate. Now you can see what is wireless network, types of networks, and the domain is in computer science engineering. This was the data taken from YouTube captions. Okay, and these are the questions which are generated, all related to wireless local area network, LAN, then the range, wireless adapters, then wireless local area network, disadvantages, fault diagnosis, then characteristics of a LAN, wireless and Wi-Fi protected access. So the security questions. So all these questions are there. So you can select some of them, you can select all of them. You have to see the accuracy of the content also. Please do not go blindly for these questions. Please read it well, cross-check it, whether these are the right answers or not. And then you can select these questions again, select all, and then you can export. So if you want to export, you can export it to a Google form again, or you can go to a Google Drive, or you can go to a slide, or you can go to a Microsoft form also, or you can also go for a Microsoft Word document. So say for example, I'm going to go about Google Slides. So if I wish to show these questions to my students on a slide, and I want them to answer, get up an answer for each and every question, or maybe write the answers on their copies. So you can see here all 10 questions are now on Google Slides. I have answered your question. Shabina ji. I hope I have answered your question, and this is pretty clear that how to use these platforms and to what extent that can be used. Another platform, please note this. This is Quiz Gecko. This is Quiz Gecko. This is also another platform which you can use for free. Again, this is based on your Gmail. Please do not use your personal email IDs for these AI platforms. Again, this is another disclaimer I'm giving you. Don't use it because these are AI tools and they are going to take all information from your personal email account. So not good for us. So you may always use your official accounts because official accounts have a limited functionality and a very specific functionality. So that kind of accounts can be used. Which best practice, okay, describes you, we are teachers, school, okay, so it is asking for one specific school, subjects, say I say Christ, university, or you can say Christ, okay, Ghaziabad, then computer networks, okay, computer science, then finish. Now here you can see that they are coming up with some prize money you have to pay for a year or something. So if you wish, your organization can go for this kind of platforms, and one subscription can be used by all. Another is Conquer.ai. Conquer.ai. So this Conquer.ai is for assessments. The same way you're going to get your AI powered customizable questions, and these questions can be used according to your requirement. It can be Google Form, it can be Microsoft Forms. So everything can be. I'm not trying all of them because I have to again use them, because I have to use my email ID for all this, and I'm not using it as of now. So I'm not going to show you the actual implementation, but this you can always explore. So one MCQ generation platform I have shown you, you can use that, and you simultaneously you can use these also. Now, what is the limitation here? The limitation here is that the free the free subscriptions will give you certain numbers and not all. Right? I hope you understand that. Now, let us see another things that available. So automatically you have understood how to generate questions. Now getting the gist from a PDF. Now many times we have been given a long document and we want to read those documents. Reading those 100 pages, 50 pages, maybe 20 pages report in a given time frame is very difficult. So how to do that? So there are again AI tools which are available. Again, as an assistant, you can use them where they are going to give you a gist from a PDF. So one of them is Chat PDF. You can use this Chat PDF. So you can drop your PDF here. Simply click on the document. Say, for example, I want to analyze one summation. Say this is my PDF, and I'm opening it here. Now this is the submission, and now there are information related to this. So this was a paper, maybe for review. This was one of the paper for us to review, and these were the gist of, okay, what kind of questions can I ask? There is a prompt for that also. What are the main techniques discussed in retrieving information from computer memory? So if you can see here, the paper is on investigating memory forensics and kernel data structure. So this was one of the papers submitted in a conference, and I was reviewing that. So if I want to know what exactly this paper is, I just can copy this prompt, say what main techniques. So this paper, what this paper is talking about, I can see this. It is tracking virtual address descriptor, storage allocation structure, memory forensics, behavioral intelligent or algorithms. I can also see, okay, who are the authors. I can give prompt to my chat PDF. I can chat with this PDF. These are the authors of this. I can see what is the what affiliation. If I'm just writing a short prompt, what affiliation? Let us see. It is giving me the affiliation also. It is from Hyderabad, this particular college, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So I can, Chat's PDF is about where I'm uploading a PDF document and I'm just prompting the tool to get information and insights from this PDF. How many graphs? So it is showing that it has two graphs, figure 2 and figure 7. Various concepts. Figure 2 is about this, figure 7 is about this. So these kind of data can be collected from the chat PDF. There is another tool, Ask Your PDF. This is also similar to what chat PDF is. So again, you can upload a document and you can get the gist of that document. So if I want to summarize, say if I want them to summarize, I can do that with the help of, say, summarize. So this PDF is about, this was about memory forensics. The research focus was on memory and identifying malicious activities. Then these were the techniques which were used, and this was the conclusion. So if I want to understand the topic, I want to understand the quality of writing, I want to understand what is missing in this, I can get the data from chat PDF. Similarly, there's another platform which is Ask Your PDF. Now, videos and images with AI prompts. So many a times when we are writing content. So many a times we need to include images, or we need to include videos. Maybe very professional PPT I want to make, and I want to run a video. So that kind of video can be generated from this. This is invideo.ai. Now, if I open this invideo.ai, I can say, okay, try invideo.ai. Invideo.io is the link. Now, say, give me a topic, language, and detailed instructions. So, say, for example, I'm prompting now. So, that was the first step I told you, that you have to prompt in a way that you are in a position to conversate with these tools. So, again, I will say, I am a professor of CSE and I want a video of optic fiber, video of how optic fiber cable works to my graduate students, right? So I'm generating a video based on this prompt. It is still analyzing, thinking. So it is analyzing, thinking, and then it is going to generate. So now see the audience, they are asking for what kind of audience it is: tech enthusiasts, CSC majors. Then look and feel, it has to be inspirational. Platform, it can be, they are going to select the platform from where they are going to see, whether it is LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, or YouTube. So YouTube is perfect, right? So we have CSC major students. The video should be very inspirational, and it has to take the content from YouTube. So now I'm continuing. It's going to take some time to gather that data based on the prompt, and the prompt was on optic fiber, right? So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Is it understood till this point? Everything is clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you're enjoying the session.
Very much, ma'am.
I'm also enjoying the session while delivering this, because this is all very exciting and very promising. But we have to use it very cautiously. We have to use it very cautiously, very, I can say, thinking whether we want to share these kind of things with our students or not. And even if you are not using it, we should know that how it works. As a faculty, as an educator, we should know. So that was the idea I had in my mind when I was discussing it with the coordinator, Sonia ji. I was discussing with her that what exactly I'm going to talk about and what can we include in the session. So it is going to take some time. So here also you will find that you can create a very interesting short video for your students. You know, nowadays the attention span for any for students or for any human, it is in seconds now. So if you want to start your lecture with a very short video, just talking about the concept, just showing them very motivational kind of a thing. So this is something which you can always use. They are already having so many information, they're already having so many things with them for reading, for exploring. So we as an educator, we also have to make these things interesting for them. They should not leave our class very unenthusiastically. That should be the motto of an educator. So they should be very happy, charming. They should be like talking about the lecture, what they learned, what was more intuitive for them. So these kind of things we should have in our mind before going to our classes. So it is going to take some time. That's why I'm talking so much.
And we have a feedback that it's a very informative and interesting session.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So see, I hope you are in a position to see my video. Here I have created one. They have taken the images from somewhere. They have used it using YouTube to understand the topic.
Hey there, future tech innovators. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of optical fiber cables. These are the
Can you hear the sound?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
lifelines of our internet age, handling massive amounts of data at lightning speeds. But how do they work? Let's break it down. First up, the core of the optical fiber. This is a thin strand of glass or plastic about the diameter of a human hair, and it's designed to carry light from one end to the other. Now, as we all know, light travels in a straight line. So how does it bend around corners? This is where the cladding comes in. The cladding is another layer of glass or plastic that surrounds the core. It has a lower refractive index than the core, creating something called total internal reflection. Basically, the light bounces off the cladding and stays within the core even when the cable bends. It's like a really efficient game of ping pong, but with photons. Now, let's talk about the types of optical fibers. Actually, there are two main types, single mode and multi-mode. Single mode fibers have a smaller core and are used for long distance communication, like transatlantic internet cables. Multi-mode fibers have a larger core and are used for shorter distances, like within a building or campus. So why use optical fibers instead of traditional copper wires? For starters, they can carry more data. A single optical fiber can transmit data at rates of up to 100 terabits per second. That's a lot of Netflix. They're also immune to electromagnetic interference, making them more reliable for long-distance communication. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Optical fibers are more fragile than copper wires and can be more challenging to install and maintain some. However, the benefits often outweigh the drawbacks, especially as our need for fast, reliable internet continues to grow. In summary, optical fiber cables are a marvel of modern technology. They use the principles of optics to transmit data at incredible speeds, making our connected world possible. Whether you're streaming a movie, making a video call, or sending an email, you have optical fibers to thank. All right, that's it for today. Stay curious and keep exploring the tech that makes our digital lives possible. Until next time.
So here you can see with the prompt of a single 4-5 words prompt, you can generate a video which is of some interest. It is going to give a basic information, but then this is going to change. In coming years, it is going to change. So it is still evolving, as I told you, and these are some of the things that you can include. It is not like that you have to include all. It is not like that you don't have to include any, but you can include some of them. as you wish. So another prompting. Okay, so this I have told you. Another is image FX. Image FX is also a platform which uses, which can be prompted again. The same way you have to prompt, and then you can have your images. Very different set of images you can create. So you can use this platform Image FX. Because the time is short, I'm just going to wind up little early. So this is Magic Slides. You can see this Magic Slides. You can create your own slides with the help of this. Again, I have to sign up. I am not using any one of them, so you can see that my email ID is not associated with any one of them. I'm using my official email ID so that my personal information is not shared with these platforms. Okay, you also do the same. And then now what I can do is I can convert a PDF to PPT with an AI. So this is Magic Slides. I am going to select one PDF, any one of them, uh, and that will, okay, say this is, okay, this is one PDF of my son he created. It was a project. He created one report based on the noise pollution in and around Delhi. I'll take that PDF and I'll convert that PDF into a PPT to show you as an example. So this is the options that we have: 3 to 8 slides, 8 to 12 slides, 12 slides. So we have to pay for more slides. We have to pay. So we'll go for simple 3 to 8 slides. And these are the two options that I have. I'll select the first one, generate presentation. So these all tools based on freemium. To an extent, you can use it for free. If you want to use all functionality, you have to pay for the subscription. Choose wisely. You have to make sure that, okay. So this was about, I told you about the noise pollution. So this is about noise pollution, challenges and solution, table of content, urban noise pollution, study, methodology, the data, how he collected the data, what was the classification done, data collection and analysis. So within 3 to 8 slides, the entire PDF has been converted into a PPT. So this is one platform, Magic Slides. Another is GPT for Slides. You can use this also as a platform. So here also you can upload a PPT, you can upload a PDF to make a PPT the same way. But these are different, and there are many more tools. It is not like that. What I'm showing you here is only the tools available. There are hundreds of tools available. You can explore. Because of the time constraint, I'm moving fast. Now this is one interesting platform we have. This is Anuvadini. Anuvadini is by Government of India, and it is a platform which is, you can say, made in India global voice for document AI translation, image, video, and meeting tools. So if you wish to incorporate tools by made in Bharat, you can use these. There are plenty of tools: video translation, voice-based, multilingual forms. Then there are virtual keyboards, government schemes, dictation tools, Bhasha Dan, videos, AI video analyzer, AI video, YouTube video analyzers, then voice, speech to speech, voice to text, text to voice. So there are various multiple applications on this platform which you can use. And for images also, image to speech, handwritten AI, image background remover, sketch rendering. Then for PDF, you can merge your PDF, compress your PDFs, you can change your PDF to an image, you can protect your PDF, you can lock, you can create text from text to, you can make a PDF, from docx you can make a PDF, from PPT to PDF, all conversions you can do here. So why I wanted to show you this is a great initiative by the government, and you can also use this in your education, while teaching your students, while doing any kind of work related to academics, you can also use that. And also please inform your students to this platform, make them give an exposure of this platform to your students so that they can also understand the various tools, applications available from our own domain, which is Made in Bharat, Anuvadin. Then there is one more interesting, which is Notion.ai. Notion.ai is a paid one. It is being used for writing LinkedIn post. So if you wish, you can use that. I'm not using it. But if you wish, as an educator, you want to promote your work, you want to promote your other things, you can use it. Now we have come to the last part of our talk, my session. So initially I told you what the probable places where you can collaborate for research. There are books, there are call for papers. You can use these opportunities to grow and improvise your your CV. And I told you how to prompt an AI. I have shared few tools, not all of them, few tools on which you can work and you can make your mundane task easier. What else to consider? You can use AI tools for proofreading. That is very much acceptable. There is no issue in it. You can use as a productivity enhancer and not productivity replacement. So productivity enhancer, as an assistant, you can use these tools. Then you can also use them for checking the plagiarism. If you are a researcher, you wish to write, and you can always use these AI tools to check the plagiarism. Now, I'll open the session for questions. 5 minutes for questions, and then I have to leave because I have a class. I have to switch back to my course and back to my students. Yes, please. Any questions for me?
Any questions? You can just raise up your hand.
And this is me. You can scan this QR code to connect with me on LinkedIn. I have 6,000 followers and my network is growing, and I'll be happy to work with you all. Thank you so much. So if you have any questions, I'm open to the question. Please connect with me.
A very informative session, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation.
Uh, Good morning, ma'am. This side, Shivani Jain. Is I am audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Very much interesting and interactive session. Ma'am, may I know where I can learn more on like generative AI and LLM models, like
Okay.
online courses?
So LinkedIn is one platform. You can go with LinkedIn courses. Another is
Okay.
Coursera, Udemy. Also, Gemini. Gemini
Okay.
is also going to give you you can say some preliminary courses through which you can learn about this. So my question to you is whether you want to learn a technical aspect of it or to the usage aspect of it.
Ma'am, for personal like academic learning aspect.
So academic learning, you want to understand how these work, right? How these platforms work.
Actually, ma'am, how I can enhance my knowledge and build my LLM models
Okay, for that
or
matter, you
fine
should,
tune it.
yeah, for that matter, you can go on to Google Scholar, read the research papers, and start with your research. Because
Okay.
these platforms will tell you how to read about it, how to use these platforms, right? But
Yeah.
if you really want to build your own LLM, then you have to go with the research papers by
Okay.
good publishers.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. Thanks for your session.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Great.
Any other question? I hope everyone has connected with me. I request everyone present here, please be connected so that we can share many things that we come across, many research opportunities that we come across. So please be part of the network, please connect. That is one request I have for everyone. Yes.
I hope it was very informative session. Okay, Manoj sir has a query. Manoj sir, you can put up a query.
Sharing my mail ID and my number, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
ट्रूली नाइस सेशन. मतलब क्या है कि जितना इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला है ये बहुत मतलब इंफॉर्मेटिव है. लेकिन अब जैसे अगर इसका यूज़ तो हम बुक्स वगैरह राइट करने के लिए भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं, क्वेश्चन पेपर के ट्यूशन में भी कर सकते हैं. लेकिन अब
हाँ बोलिए सर.
मैम अगर लेकिन इस तरह के कंटेक्स्ट में हम पूरा जनरेटिव एआई यूज़ करें और पूरा चीज़ें लिख लेते हैं तो रेफरेंसेस का यूज़ कहाँ होगा फिर? ये कैसे कलेक्ट करके कैसे मतलब करेंगे?
मैंने आपसे तभी कहा है शुरू में कि रिसर्च पर्पस के लिए अपने कंटेंट को जनरेट करने के लिए हम इसे यूज नहीं कर सकते. हमें नहीं यूज करना चाहिए क्योंकि कॉन्टेक्स्ट नहीं ठीक होता. आप अगर इसे देखेंगे तो दो चीजों में आप यूज कर सकते हैं. अगर आपको अपना ऑलरेडी आपकी बुक है और आपको उसे प्रूफ रीड करना है तो आप एआई टूल्स का इस्तेमाल करिए. आपको आउटलाइन क्रिएट करनी है, बुक चैप्टर्स आप लिख चुके हैं और उसकी आउटलाइन क्रिएट करनी है, समरी क्रिएट करनी है, प्रीफेस क्रिएट करना है, उसके लिए आप यूज करिए. पर आप अपने कंटेंट को, ओरिजिनल कंटेंट को बनाने के लिए आप एआई इस्तेमाल मत करिए. यही मैंने शुरू में बताया. हमें इसे बहुत वाइजली यूज करना है. हमें अपनी क्रिएटिविटी खत्म नहीं करनी, हमें अपनी सोच खत्म नहीं करनी. आप समझ रहे हैं?
जी.
वैसे हमें ऐसे यूज करना है जैसे हम अपने असिस्टेंट्स को यूज करते हैं. हमारे ऑफिस असिस्टेंट्स जो होते हैं उनको हम जैसे यूज करते हैं उस तरह से हमें अपना ब्रेन यूज करना है. वी हैव टू यूज आवर ओन इंटेलेक्ट. I'm sorry if I'm being harsh on this, but I believe in this, that I have to use my own intellect by creating my own things, so that I can be proud of them and promote them. जी.
मैम सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये था कि मैम आज के दिन में स्टूडेंट्स को हम जो असाइनमेंट देते हैं वो असाइनमेंट भी वो इसी से प्रिपेयर करके देते हैं.
हाँ बिल्कुल देते हैं. तो इसलिए आपको उन्हें भी आपको एजुकेट करना है कि आपको क्यों नहीं बनाना असाइनमेंट जनरेटिव एआई से. आप उनका वाइवा लीजिए. आप उस असाइनमेंट पे उन्हें खड़ा करिए, पूछिए उसे समराइज करने के लिए, उसका वाइवा लीजिए, उनसे पूछिए कि आपने क्या समझा क्या नहीं समझा. बच्चे तो आजकल हैंड रिटन वाला एआई भी जनरेट करके आपको सबमिट कर देंगे. तो वो भी आपको समझना होगा. तभी इसलिए हमने जनरेटिव एआई पे एफडीपी रखा ताकि हम एज अ फैकल्टी वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि हमें किस तरह की सबमिशंस मिल रही हैं तो हम समझ पाएं कि ये हमारे बच्चे ने कुछ काम किया है या जस्ट ऐसे ही उसने टूल यूज करके हमें सबमिट कर दिया. वी हैव टू मेक आवरसेल्व्स अवेयर ऑफ इट. तो आप बच्चों को पहले से आप अपनी फर्स्ट क्लास में आप पहले से उन्हें बताइए कि ये इसके डिसएडवांटेजेस हैं. हम क्यों आपको मना कर रहे हैं अपनी सबमिशंस के लिए, आपके एग्जाम्स के लिए, आपके टेस्ट के लिए इसे ना यूज करने के लिए.
मैम वन मोर क्वेश्चन, लास्ट क्वेश्चन. मैम जनरली हम जब यूज कर रहे हैं ना तो कनेक्ट कर रहा है हमारे पर्सनल आईडी से, ईमेल आईडी से, है ना. और ऑफिशियल आईडी अगर हम यूज करते हैं, एक्चुअली ऑफिशियल आईडी इज गवर्नमेंट आईडी ना, तो समथिंग कॉन्फिडेंशियल इज रिक्वायर्ड. तो मतलब पर्सनल आईडी भी अगर यूज करते हैं तब भी रिस्क है और अगर ऑफिशियल करते हैं तब भी रिस्क.
कोई बात नहीं. तो आप एक डमी आईडी बनाइए. आप 2-3 डमी आईडीज बनाइए, उसका इस्तेमाल करिए जहां जिसे आप अपने बैंक ट्रांजैक्शन में यूज नहीं करते, जिसे आप अपने पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन डालने के लिए यूज नहीं करते. आप उस तरह के आईडीज यूज करिए फॉर एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन. जी.
थैंक यू मैम. Very nice session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I thank you.
Anshika, you can put up your query.
I have to go. I have a class. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to spare more time. 11:15. I have to reach to my students.
Okay, surely we'll.
You can put the questions. I have shared my email ID and my phone number here in chat. Anybody can contact me and connect with me. Not a problem.
Yeah, surely.
I'm really sorry. I have to make sure that my other professional commitments are also met.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your insightful presentation on our topic, and worth proving it that generative AI is very much important for teaching and research, but utilized in a very knowledgeable form.
Yes.
You have clearly mentioned the tools. You have profoundly discussed each and every tool, and you have clearly mentioned how we can integrate them into our teaching and research. Thank you again for sharing your expertise, not taking you much of the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here as a speaker, and I look forward to this opportunity again. This can't be concluded in 1 hour session. I know it very well. So I would request sir to again call me, and we can have one more session. Not a problem. Thank you
Surely,
so much.
we'll have
Thank you.
one-to-one session now with you next time.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be joining you back again in 1 hour for another session at 12 o'clock by Dr. Meenakshi Memoria, an associate professor from King Khalid University, Saudi Arabia. So, with another break for 1 hour, and after 1 hour with another session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back at 12 o'clock. Thank you so much.